say every time I see you, you got some other sort of instrument in your hand, and it's sort of it's really looking forward to your sessions. So I'll shut up, and then you can get going.
Well, hello everybody, and I've already done that, and you probably know a little bit about me if you read the description, but I actually got into harmonica through playing drums initially. So I was playing drums in a lot of bands, and then I moved to London. But my dad's been a folk musician for years, so I'd always grown up with folk music, and then really got into American folk. So my dad played in Britain's first and longest running. I mean, there's not many of them, but the first Cajun and Zydeco band in Britain in the 80s. So they had a Zydeco club in the Midlands. So I grew up listening to quite a lot of Cajun and Zydeco. And then got into old-timey fiddle and banjo music and bluegrass stuff. So I'm quite heavily into that, but I like a lot of different kinds of music and a lot of different styles, and a lot of different styles of harmonica. So I don't know what level everyone's at here. Half of you might be much better than me, which is great. So you can teach me some stuff. How does this work? I would say if anyone wants to ask questions, do so frequently. And I always think with these things, it's hard to get the level right. And usually, unless you're very streamlined, there'll be some people who come away thinking, oh, it was a bit too easy, and some people who think it's a bit too difficult. So I do apologize trying to get the level right. So do ask plenty of questions.
Okay, if you ask questions via the chat, and you should be able to see the chat there, Ed.
Cool. I don't know if I can. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I believe the session was advertised. What did we say? Old-time Zydeco bluegrass. Anyone got any that's a lot to cover, isn't it? Anyone got any preferences for those? Maybe we should start with a bit of an old-timey blues kind of chord sort of thing. Or shall we do a fox chase? Ooh, okay, I'm going to decide. Hands up for a fox chase, or hands up for old-timey blues? Who votes fox chase? Oh, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is tight. Who votes old-timey blues? Oh, I would say it's unanimous there. So I think we should do pick a bale of cotton, shouldn't we? That's quite a nice one. So it's a nice little tune. Second position. I'm guessing you've all probably got C harmonicas, haven't you? Everyone got C's. Unless anyone, I've downgraded to a bog standard special 20 because my other one's at the garage having repairs. But I guess it'll do. Anyone know pick a bale of cotton? I'll play a bit for them. It's nice because it's a really simple tune in second position. Now I should it's very surreal to see loads of people playing the harmonica and I can't hear them. It's the first time I've done this for a big group. How interesting. Looks like you're all eating sandwiches together.
There's a mute, Ed.
Yeah.
You have to unmute yourself.
So I have the power to do that for you.
I'm not sure. I've just unmuted myself.
Okay, great. So I would say if anyone wants to play and for me to hear them, just stick your hand up. And we can all listen to you.
You'd have to do it. You'd have to do it one at a time because there's a time delay with Zoom.
Sam,
so one at a time.
Sam, sorry, if you make Ed a co-host, then I think he gets the mutability.
I have the power of mute.
I think I can make you the host altogether. Let's see what happens here then. Oh, you're going to be the host now, Ed. Can you?
Okay.
All right.
Oh, great.
There you go.
Here's the tune again. Now, I've got the tab here, but, you know, it's a bit... The thing with folky tunes is it's much better to learn them by ear than going off tab. And it's surprising, you know, once you hear things, how easily you can pick them up. If you've got, obviously, if you've got the right key of harmonica and you know the tune. And when fiddle players teach tunes and banjo players, I play at a lot of old time festivals and bluegrass festivals. They'll never ever have music in the workshops. They're always going by ear. So I probably will bring the tab up just because harmonica players always get annoyed if I don't give them tab. But playing by ear, whatever, you know, the principle of this, if you've got a tune, just to break it down a phrase at a time. And I guess, you know, you do this with blues as well. Personally, I find it easier than looking at tabs with loads of notes. And training your ear, you know, as a harmonica player is really everything. Because how often do you go to a jam or a gig and you ever see blues or folk players reading from music? Virtually never. Or reading from tabs. You know, so I think practicing without tab, practicing without music as much as possible, all that's going to really strengthen your groove and your feel and your ear for the music, you know. But it is quite daunting at first. But taking nice simple tunes, so we'll just take this a phrase at a time. Maybe I'll play it and then I'll allow a little bit of time just for you all to play it back. So we're going, starting on 3-hole draw. And that's just 3-hole draw and lots of 2 draws. Cool. Nice. Just in terms of the rhythm as well. So the best way with rhythm is to clap it first, or hit your legs, or hit your head, or the person next to you. So we're just going do 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 do. It's like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice and simple, right? And then the next bit of rhythm is going 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So nice and simple again. And the second phrase is going again, loads of 2 draws. Nice. Now, I'm sort of playing this mainly out of polka style, and I'm actually quite a big tongue blocker for folk tunes. But this tune in particular, it does suit, I think it does suit a polka style, and especially on the 2 as you get a little bit quicker. Generally with beginner harmonica players, I spend bloody hours trying to get them to not articulate notes, because it makes your tone a little bit smaller, even though it gives speed, which is great. It's got its place. But at first, when you're learning, if you articulate, it kind of makes it more staccato. But for this, it's actually perfect. So you can do a little tookatoo, tookatoo, tookatoo. But don't sacrifice your tuning. So you don't want to play that 2 draw flat. It's still got to be nice and relaxed. And then we're going. So both of those phrases together. And with these folk tunes, I'd say just find the tune and loop it. Lovely. And then I heard a few of you. Does anyone want to play that for me to hear? Any hands going up? Any hands? Oh, yes. Here he is. Bob, you're on. Lovely. Anyone else? There's a whole other page of you. Anyone else want to play? Okay, Patrick. How you doing, Patrick? Nice to see you. I'm not sure how I unmute you. I'm clicking on you furiously.
Do you mind if I just interrupt a second?
Yeah, please.
There is some settings in Zoom. There's the audio in Zoom will drop out the sound of people's harmonica because it thinks it's background noise.
Yes.
So if you go to the where the little microphone is in the bottom left, and you go on the him up and go to audio settings.
Does everyone need to do that though?
Everyone who wants to play will need to do that. Otherwise, Zoom will drop their harmonicas out.
Yeah, I've already done that on mine. So for everyone else.
So if you go to the audio settings and then there's an advanced button somewhere.
Yeah. So what it is, it's bottom left next to mute. There's a thanks, Ben.
And then bottom right.
There's a tiny little arrow, and then the bottom option is audio settings. You hit audio settings, and then the bottom right is advanced, and there's an option for showing meeting option to enable original sound. You just want to tick. You want to tick that.
So Sam, I actually put together a little document about doing this. I know Ben and Dave Taylor have got it. I don't know if it's worth distributing at all. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, no.
You haven't, right. I'll speak to Ben about getting it to you, or I'll pass it on to you. It's about these settings. You can put it out before the sessions.
Maybe for next time. Yeah, it just stops the mic overloading and muting.
Yeah. Yeah. So if everyone can mute their mics, if they're not playing, please. Yeah.
Did anyone else want to play to demo just before I move on to the next phrase? Gordon. Hello, you'll have to unmute yourself first.
Can I just ask a question about the audio? You disable suppress background noise, do you?
Yes, but...
And okay, good.
Cool, I really like that. Would you add, Gordon?
Yeah.
Would you add any other embellishments to that if you were playing? I can see you're pretty. It sounds really cool.
Tonguing and just hands. And
yeah. Do you want to give us a demo? Nice. I really like the way you changed the phrase as well. So you pushed that note, didn't you? That was cool. So the thing about these folk tunes as well, I think there's always a balance with you're trying to stay to have an awareness of the tune and the tradition, but at the same time it's fine to change them. You know, it's your tune. I think I saw Martin Carthy play once, a great gig, and he said, you know, you can't hurt the music with folk music. You can do what you like. You know, you can do what you like to the tune. Someone else might grumble, but as long as you like it. You know, so changing the melody.
I've got the Lead Belly video in my ear, and that's what I'm thinking. You know, the
right,
video
cool.
where he's standing there and he gets faster and faster. I've got that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
There's a lot of great versions of this song, so check out. Lonnie Donegan does a version, a bit skiffily. Obviously, Sonny Terry does quite a famous harmonica version. So let's just go through the tune again. Notice that it's basically just a repeat, isn't it? You've got two phrases and it repeats, which is kind of the same as a lot of these folk tunes. Lots and lots of repetition there. So as Gordon nicely demoed, one thing you could do is start messing about with the rhythm. And I think you won't. So a very tiny thing which has quite a big effect, doesn't it? Ba da 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 da. So we're jumping over to the one there. So quite a nice obvious thing to do with this, because we've got a lot of two draws. Let's start to make some of those two draws chords in. And we'll make the two blows chords as well. But only where they fall on offbeats. So first you've got to find the offbeat. So if I play and click the offbeat. it's kind of nice because now you're getting a bit of a groove going on the offbeat. So I've basically just sped it up, started to add some chords. Now there's a point at the end there where we've got an offbeat after the last melody notes, haven't we? So I would say just add a chord in the space to give continuity to the groove. So we're going. And how about we bend that 3 a little bit? I'm starting to do my best Will Pound impression. I don't do this very well. Anyone heard Will Pound play? He's an extraordinary original folk player, British, and he's got a really non-traditional style, very, very interesting. He plays a lot of poker stuff, and he'll do this tonging like triplets. I think he said he was inspired by Rolf Harris, which you probably wouldn't admit now. But the kind of doing some tonging. So it kind of works nice with this tune. So you can do those. You can turn any of the shuffled notes, do, 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 into triplets. Have a go at this. So instead of, I'm going. Anyone want to try that with some triplets? Oh, Taff B.
Taff B, yeah.
How you doing?
All right, mate. Oh, is that coming through?
Yeah, it's great.
Something like that.
Oh, that's lovely. Now try making some of those singles chords now, because any note that falls on 2 blow 2 draw or 1 blow or 1 draw is in the chord technically, so you can make that a chord. Yeah, that's starting to get there. So you know, and I think.
Oh, sorry,
yeah,
like
very nice, very nice. Anyone else want to play a bit? Anyone else feeling like playing at all? Or anyone else got any other ideas, embellishments to this? You're thinking, oh, that might sound cool. Because I'm here to learn something too, if I can. So we've got some triplets there, doing some bends on the 3. And obviously the thing with these folk tunes, it's a real process. So I'd say just get the melody like super solid. And, you know, before you put the embellishments, just to build it, really get the melody. So you can play the melody nice and simple. Now, the more you know the melody, the more you can mess around with it and start to ad lib. So looking at the B section, we now go 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. And the next bit is the same as the A section. And again, 3 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. But this time it finishes. Well, actually, it finishes again the same as the A section, so loads of repetition. So immediately that lends itself to a bit of a dirty note, maybe 4 and 5 together. I'd say maybe even a bit more 3 and 4, so doing a little bit of a bend on. Nice hat, Sam. Is that a fez? It's absolute beauty. I can see the bottom half. Just like that. Now that's Alwood's there. Yeah, that's cool. Can't see him dancing away. So you can really milk that dirty note. Or with more the single note approach. And just to just in case anyone's has everyone got a shared screen there? Cool. So I'm just trying to get used to my own computer. So I just tabbed this out, if that helps. So where you've got the D, if you to just look at the A section there, where you've got the D just means a draw chord, very simple, and the B a blow chord. So the notes on the stave are obviously all an A. They're purely for rhythm.
Sorry, I think we can still see your Explorer rather than the
actual...
actual...
Oh, okay. I do apologise.
No, it's all right. It's fine.
Take two. Okay, bear with me 1 sec. Haha. Do apologise.
It's okay.
Technology, not my... How about that?
Yeah, we're there now.
Great. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it, to look at all these notes? It's so much easier learning by ear. So you can see there, you've got the chords over the top of the melody. The notes are just the rhythm, so they're all an A. I don't write notes on the stave because most people don't read harmonica score, so there's not really any point. So we can do that with the chord. And once you start to, obviously I can send this to anyone if they need it. I think as you start to get into this, you can play with quite, as it gets faster, you can play with quite a sort of light pucker style and really try and make it rhythmic, you know. And obviously using the hands a little bit as well. On the offbeats, perhaps, a bit of a Sonny Terry. Don't have your harmonica on your teeth, because that's going to hurt. You could do, on the B section, why not add some octaves there? Obviously, you've only got the 4 blow and the 4 draw to do that. So that would be your place to add octaves there. Bit of a scoop bend. So we've got to... Could make it fatter. Just an example. Now, how are we doing for time? Maybe we should move on and do the other tune.
Just going to say, Ed, if you email me that document, I'll stick it on the website along with the video. Okay.
So just to talk about this, if you wanted to do it with more a tongue block approach, I'd be using a lot of slaps on, you know, like the classic sort of little Walter slap on hole 2. So I'm just jamming my tongue into hole 1 there and trying to do those on the offbeats. Playing the other notes, single note on 2, tongue block, and then a slap on the offbeat again. So you can make those doubles as much as you like. And then you can start to, you know, if you're into that tongue block rhythm, feel free to add extra slaps, you know. Now. And then I'm adding some chord on the B section again, octaves. And this is a very, very old-timey thing. The way to play is to slap the offbeat on the octave. So I'm going. So I'm doing single note slaps where I can on the offbeats, and then octave slaps. Obviously, I've just given you quite a lot of information in a very small amount of time, and it's a process. So moving on. Does anyone want to play a bit of that, or anyone got any questions? Anyone want to try the tongue block on the octave, maybe on the B section? Okay, one at a time. Wait there a sec. I'm just going to go back. Okay, Nick, did you want to play a bit? Nick's me. No? I thought I saw you playing. Anyone? Any takers? Any takers? Okay, Patrick, go on. Give us a go. And any other embellishments that you think would sound cool? Bravo!
Thank you.
That was awesome. That was really nice. I like the little trill. Was that a trill on the 4 and 5? So,
yeah.
That was cool. Nice. That sort of gives it a Chicago blues vibe, doesn't it? That's really cool. Yeah, so, it's like the techniques will take it to a different place stylistically. So I think a lot of it depends on what kind of styles you like. And I personally think people talk a lot about harmonica techniques, as in you can do one thing this way, why can't you do it the other? But for me, it's mostly style is more important than the technique. So I'm kind of like, well, if you're thinking, what techniques should I learn? And people often say, should I learn to tongue block? And I always say, do you like the sound of other players when they tongue block? Do you like these players that tongue block a lot? Or, so what kind of style? So I think really the style can lead you. And it's just, it sounds like such a simple thing, but copying what you like rather than going for the techniques first. I think the style's super important. We should, before I carry on waffling on, let's do another song. Jug-band or Zydeco?
Zydeco.
How many votes for Zydeco? We've got, how many votes for jug-band? Okay, I'm saying Zydeco is perhaps just pipped it. Maybe we'll do both. Let's see how much time we've got. You have to bear with me. We're going to fast track. Okay, cool. This is one of my tunes, and I was teaching this to a student in Berlin over the last weekend, and then I realized that I had to tab it out, so I learnt my own song. I've been playing it live for years, but I didn't actually analyze it in that much detail. So does everyone tongue block? Hands up if you tongue block. Not to say, oh, how dare you not tongue block. I'm just trying to gauge. This is going to be... How about you guys over here? Hands up if you tongue block. Sorry, once again. That's mostly... Okay, well... in that case, so we've got a few non... Let's do a quick snatch of this. Well, if you don't tongue block, you can give it a try anyway, and it can be an introduction. It does contain this 2-hole split, which is actually quite a nice intro to tongue blocking for anyone. Sorry guys that don't, I hate to do workshops and for stuff that people don't have the techniques ready, but let's just go for it anyway. So we need a split between holes 4 and 7 on the draw. So we're going to block 5 and 6, and that gets this really nice Cajun interval. So we've got a nice Cajun interval there. Now, after that, so we're going to have 3 notes. So we go. Actually, 2 notes, 4 and 7 draw. I'll tell you what. Let me get that. I'm going to pop the tab up as well, just because it might be faster than explaining it. So. Once again, lots of notes. Ah! So we've got 4 and 7 together. Tell you what, rather than me talking about it, let me play it for you first. That's the A, then the B goes. So that's the whole thing. So the first phrase we're going. See if we can get that far. Now, if you this 4 and 6 split, if you're not used to this, it's a bit weird because we're playing a draw on 4 and 6 and just blocking. Obviously, in this format, that means you just block 1 hole. I don't know if that's obvious or not. And this would be block 2. I think it's fairly obvious. Cool. But you could, if you wanted to, you could play that. You could play that 4 and 6 draw as a 3 and 6 draw, and it would be okay. So if you're not used to that, it would still. It's only a passing note, so it would sound okay. But if you can get the 4 and 6 split, that's really cool. And that's a lovely little move to practice there. Okay. Going from 4 and 7 to 4 and 6. Okay. So we're going. That's pretty easy. Loads of 3 and 6s together. And that's very kind of Zydeco. We're going for that accordion. Now I'm doing those breathing, ba ba ba, all out of a breath. Old-timey players would play those with tongue slaps in a more traditional way, but it's not really a tradition. It's a traditionally influenced tune, but it's my tune, so I'm kind of like, I don't care, I can do whatever I like. So I can just do it breathing. But if you could, some players would do those slaps. That gets a great attack if you're playing with other instruments, especially with fiddles. So it's very much an attack. And then we're going. So that's, sorry, bear with me. Whew. That was that section. So we've got 4 and 6. So I'm struggling on this bog standard special 20 a bit today. My harp's in repair. So the whole thing there. Then the first phrase happens again. You know, as is the same with pick a bale of cotton, lots and lots of repetition. So I've taken a bit of that. And now the end phrase. So we're looking at so the end of the A section here, and we're going. And I've got 3/6, 2/5, 1/4 split. And then I'm doing a scoop, and all the single notes are tongue blocked, pretty much. And I'm doing a scoop on the 3, then bending it down a full step, 2 draw, 2 blow, and then slaps. So the little snowflake signs are slaps there. This isn't my system. It's the guy who wrote Harmonica for Dummies, Winslow, whatever his last name is. It's his system. So takes a little bit of getting used to, but don't they all tabs? So the last phrase. So the whole thing, the A section. Cool. So that's the A section.
Ed, can I ask a quick question, Ed?
Please, we'll take a moment for questions. Yeah, any questions? Is everyone thoroughly confused with that tab?
A little bit. The note that you're doing in the first one, where you've got the 4/6 split.
Yeah.
Are you? It sounds like you're doing a little inflection before that. Are you going from the 3 split to the 4?
I like the way you say inflection. It's an inflection and not a mistake. Yeah. So yeah, that's going from 4 to 7 to 4 to 6, both on the draw. There are no mistakes. True. This is quite, if you're new to tongue blocking, I definitely wouldn't recommend learning it on this song. It's about the worst possible song. But not to worry. Anyone want to try and play a bit of that? Or anyone else got any other questions? Any questions about... Are there any Americans in the house? Anyone from Louisiana? No, we're all UK. That's good. Who likes Zydeco music? Yeah. Okay, so that's good. That's cool. Does anyone else know any other Zydeco tunes? Anyone else play any bits? Any Cajun or Zydeco? Anyone else? Any Cajun or Zydeco? Cool. Okay. Great. Shall we? How long have we got left?
It's up to you, really, Ed. I mean, this is booked till 5 o'clock. I'm not saying
Okay,
suggesting.
cool. Well, I'm good.
5,
yeah, that's okay. I'm good. I'm good for carrying on for a bit longer. Apologies if I look a bit burnt out. I've had a really busy week, so this is my last session of the week, which is great. I've got my iced green tea. It's absolutely disgusting, actually. I'm not buying that again. Must be time for a beer soon. Let's tell you what. We'll just have a quick look at the B section, and then maybe we'll have a quick blast of the last tune, which will be a bit more accessible for poker players. Do. So just a word on, I'm not a militant. You have to tongue block or you have to poker. Just a word on style. So it's quite a lot of traditional old time players will tongue block, and the octaves. I took a bunch of lessons with a great old time player, Seth Shumate. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He's sort of written a book on old time harmonica, like a 90-page document, and he's really into it. But his theory was that they would tongue block just to play louder because they're playing two notes at the same time. So because the players would be playing acoustically, so a lot of that style, you know, you're getting. Sorry, I set off a bit fast then, I'm not warmed up. Anyway, you get it's that really attacking with the tongue. So if you're trying to compete with a fiddle and you were going, it's a bit of a thinner, smaller sound. Of course, there's loads of things you can do with a pucker. You know, with bluegrass harmonica will be a lot more puckering because you're playing melodies in a different way. So it's seen as a bit more modern, I would say. Anyway, on with the tune. So we've got the B section. So we've got this, which is this nice bluesy interval, 2 and 5 draw together. Again, very Zydeco. It's the first bar. 1 and 4. And then we've got this. This is quite nice here. So I'm moving to a slap to get some power on the 5 blow. And then this one just means that it's a chord. So we're releasing the 5 blow tongue block to make a chord. Really holds 2, 3, 4, and 5 all together is that chord. So if I break down, and then we've got the 3 scoop again, the 3 bend, the 2 draw, and the 2 blow. If I play those first 2 bars slowly, if I can do that. So we've got. Okay. So the thing with these tunes as well, you know, once you get a few of these techniques, you can use them for other tunes, and they're very interchangeable. You know, so another tune, a real good one to learn, maybe we should have done that today, is a fiddle tune called Old Joe Clark. If you want to check out, you might have already been on my YouTube page. It's called the Harmonica Barge. I'll put links up at the end for anyone. And I've broke down, there's a great tune called Old Joe Clark, which is a real good introduction to playing tongue blocking, to playing old time tunes if you mainly play blues. And that uses a lot of 2-5 draw and 1-4 split. So you know, that kind of style. So there's a lot of interchangeable things. I'll just play the B section again there. So we've got. And then the next bit, same again, 2/5, and we're really hitting that 2/5. You know, I'd probably, when I play this live, I use my hands a lot to be like. Really popping that out, you know. And then here, sorry, to come to this bit, same as the A section, or very similar. That's hard to do when I do it slow. So we've got, again, this is releasing the 1/4 split on the draw to make a chord. So it's using that. If I play that bar, just that bar, sorry. And there we're really using the chord rhythmically. You know, when I'm playing that fast, I'm really getting that release of the tongue to accentuate the rhythm. This is great practice for me. I've never gone through it like this so slowly. I must learn my own music better. So then you've just got to repeat. So the next phrase, I've got the same again. Now, just to mention, what I do a lot, very similar to Pick a Bale of Cotton, and the nice thing with these second position tunes is that wherever you've got any two blows or two draws here, you can substitute those for chords. So just a C or D, you know, a C or a G chord. So just wherever you've got a 2 draw, just play 1, 2, and 3. And wherever you've got a 2 blow, play 1, 2, 3 blow. So if I did that section with chords, I'm going to have. Sorry. Can't do it slow. I'm just going to play the last. I'll just play the last phrase. So I'm changing those 2s into chords. So instead of this, I'm getting this. And just finally, on the end of the B section is the same as the end of the A section. So again, using these fragments, very old-timey way of writing music, you know, a lot of repetition, because these would be dance tunes. Zydeco music's dance music, old-time music's dance music, so it's like a trance kind of hypnotic. Funny trying to read this stuff. I'm used to playing it live. So that's the B section. But you know, even if you, I would say, if this is all a bit, oh God, if you don't tongue block and it's like, what, those bloody octaves, notes together, it seems like a lot. Even if you just get one thing, like try the 2/5 split on the draw and really, which works great over blues. Or the 4/6 split, or the 4/7. It's all about the groove. The Zydeco music, you know, it's all about the beat. It's all about the groove. So, you know, if you're playing to I think it's important to remember, and as harmonica players, like guitarists, maybe I'm biased because I'm a drummer, we can get hung up on playing riffs and licks, and it's like you want to play the fancy riffs. But for the audience, the people who are non-musicians, no one gives a toss about that. They just want a good groove they can dance to. You know, so if people are tapping their foot when you're playing rhythm harmonica, if people are tapping their foot, you're doing your job. You know, and if you play these things at gigs, children start dancing immediately. You know, they just love the groove. It's that repetition, that hypnotic repetition. So yeah, that's the most important thing. So just slowing things down, getting to the groove. If you never tried Zydeco music, just try finding an octave and pulsing with it. Or even just on a chord if you don't tom block. Just holds 1, 2, 3 and try building something around that. Cool. Anyone got any questions about that tune? Or Zydeco harmonica? I'm not an expert on Zydeco harmonica, by the way. I've studied a little bit here and there. There's not much of it about. There's not much Cajun harmonica around. It's a real rare thing. I mean, Joe Falisco's done some great stuff on YouTube, and I think actually I learnt a lot of those techniques from him. How's it? Oh, great tune. Devil in the Woodpile. Can anyone play that? Gordon. Anyone know how to play that? Devil in the Woodpile. I don't know. I don't really know it. I know a little bit. Yeah, must learn that. That's a cool tune. Yeah, and with a woo. How's everyone doing? I'm happy to teach a very quick jug band tune if you like, or we can say bye if everyone's had enough. Completely up to you guys. Maybe Sam should decide.
Does everyone want to go, or do you want to continue for another 5 minutes or so? 5 minutes. Put your hands up, please. Yeah, go on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Jerome Goodboo. He's amazing, isn't he? Unbelievable player. Yeah, so good. Great teacher, great player. Check him out if you haven't. Jerome Goodboo. He's really cool. Okay, let's have a look at this. Here's a quick jug band tune. It's a good one if you've got some cider to drink. It's called the Cider Time Rag. Do 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 do. This is just in really basic tab, I'm afraid. I haven't really scored this one out much yet. Has anyone got lower harmonicas, or are we only C? How many people have got a G harp? No? Okay, let's stick with C. I don't want to exclude anyone. Bit squeaky on a C, these high tunes. You know, I'd probably use a G or an A. This tune's actually an A. It's by Jolly Joe's Jug Band. A great old jug band. It's on a revival sort of Phonotone Records box set. I'll post a link to playlists and stuff. If anyone wants playlists and info on this music, I'll send some links to that. Basically going... I've never played this on a C before, so... Oh, it's horrible. Special 20. Fairly simple, right? Let's take it slow. So I'm going. It's a nice simple tune. It's actually more of a ragtime tune, to be fair. How's that going? Do-do-do. Side of time rag. This is at the right page up, isn't it? Give me the thumbs up, someone. Just so I'm not... Great. Excellent. Anyone want to try it? Hands up if you want to try. No? Okay, cool. Great. So that's the A section. Let's have a quick look at the B section. Ah! The B section's a little more rhythmic, which makes it a really nice tune. So the A section's very straight. Just got them. And then the B section's going. I'm so used to playing this with octaves, so I'm having to play it in single notes. I can't do it. Okay, here we go. Aha, horse. That's the one. Yeah, that's the B section. Here we go again. Yeah, so B section. Everybody got it? Almost. So this is kind of, you know, you could do it pucker style. There's not, it's a bit thin, isn't it, there? So what we can do now, coming down, we're going to apply a few rules here. On the 9 draw, let's do a 2-hole octave split. So we're going to play 6 and 9 on the draw together. Which for me, I love this interval. It's quite dissonant and it's used a lot in old-time harmonica. Now you'd think, you know, for a lot of blues, you'd say, why not play the 5 and 9 draw, which is going to give you an octave. But playing the 6 and 9 gives you this lovely dissonant interval. Now when you do the 8, we're going to do that as a 3-hole split, so that's going to be an octave. And then when we do the 7 draw, we're going back to the 2-hole split. So we're going to do, so that's 6 and 9 octave, 6 underneath the 9, just for the first line of the A section. 5 and 8, 3-hole split. Sorry, I do apologise. 4 and 8, 3-hole split. But for 7 draw, we're going back to a 2-hole split. So if I do that, so I'm just going to do that rundown. This is my own version of it, by the way. This is nothing like the original. Well, it's a little bit like it. So you get this. And then on the 6th blow, I'm just doing a regular 3/6 octave blow. So I go. It's kind of cool. And then on the 8, 7 and 6, I just do an octave. So I use 5 and 8 on the blow. So I'm always doing octaves on the blow. On the minor 6, I'm just doing a single note tongue block just to leave 6 on its own, because I don't want that dissonance with combining 6 with anything. And as a rule, this is a pretty good one for playing tunes out of first position. So I'm going. And then on the last line, I'm going. Everything octaves except the 6th draw, which I'm playing a single note slap on the 6th draw. Single note tongue block. So the whole, I'll do the A section first without the tongue stuff, and then I'll add the tongue stuff. If I can do it without, I find it much more difficult doing it without. Hey! You can't have a jug band song without a jug, can you? So that was lying around. Jug and harmonica, there's not so much of that. There is, I found one recording of a solo harmonica player who plays jug as well. I can't remember his name. It's like a mad gospel sort of guy. It's really great. He just starts making fart noises into the jug and then plays this amazing gospel harmonica. Can't remember the name of the guy. Now, I think we've probably run out of energy, haven't we, for the B section? If you don't tongue block. But I'm doing this thing where it's kind of cool. I'll give you a bit of this. I'm doing 4 and 7 draw on the split. Doing 4 and 7 and then opening up my split to 4 and 8. So instead of this, I'm going for the first notes. So I'm leaving the 4 in the bass. Basically, it's like I've got a 4 there. I'm blocking. Ugh, so hard to draw on Zoom. I'm not very good at this. And then I'm moving that 7 to the 8 and leaving the 4, which I believe is quite a sort of old-timey thing to do. To be honest, I've only just got into this myself. But it's kind of cool though, because you can get these little rhythms going on. The guy, Seth Shoemate from Arkansas, he's the master at this. You know, he's great. He's play a load of these ragtime tunes. So I'm then doing a 6 slap on the 6th draw, and then an octave on the 6th blow. So I get. Now I could also take that 6th draw and do a split of 4 and 7 and block 5. So I got. That's a lot. It's quite a lot of tongue action. And through all that, if you can, you're trying to, I'm now as well trying to slap my tongue on the offbeats. So this is like the real old-timey style that I'm trying to get to grips with some. So I'm trying to get that slap. 1 and 2 and, which is like the mandolin would play this in an old time group. And I can make that slap doubles as well. Bit messy there, and that was just plain single note slaps on the holes. Of course, you could do those as octaves as well, if you can. This is still a project for me, and this is the first time I've taught this, so thanks for bearing with me, everybody. I'll tab this out properly pretty soon. So with the slaps and the octaves, here comes the B. And then, as in a lot of jug band music, you get these stops. So it could be like... And that's it. And you could, if you were really good, which I can't, on a C harmonica, you could put some blow bends in on the 8 blows as well, which is very cool. I would want to do those tongue block, but I can't do it yet on a C harp very reliably. Oh, just. Oh, that's what I'm working on. So you could change to pucker. That's enough of that, I think.
Okay.
It's getting carried away there. I've lost half my audience to folk. Folk indulgence. Anyone got any questions about any of that? Any of the techniques or any styles or? Oh, thank you, Gordon.
Should we wrap it up there then?
Yeah, I'm just gonna anyone I was gonna say I can send out my links, can't I, to you, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to put those documents on the website, then I can do that, because I'm putting the videos on as well.
Great, thanks. Thanks so much, Sam. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still left. That's
Thank
if
you.
you've been here all afternoon. That's great stamina. Well done.